Why did people oppose the Vietnam War? Was it mainly for social, political, or economic? And you know how a philosophical chairs works, right? You're going to go to one side of the room. You're going to give your evidence, and at any point, if you feel somebody, that was a really good point, Valerie, I'm going to move over there because I agree with her. You can do that at any point. The basis of philosophical chairs is that you're posing a question to students, and for which there usually is not a correct answer, and they get to think about it. And the structure is that the question is posed, and they have to take a side. All right, historians, when you're ready, you may take all of your things with you. Social, political, economic. And then once they've had a few minutes to think about it, they physically move. And it might be an agree, disagree. It might be pro, con, whatever it is. They physically move to that side of the room. Okay, that's the debate. No one's going to be economic. Interesting. Maybe I'll convince you to move over there. Is there somebody who would like to start first to make their point? Remember that you can't talk until 3 other people on your side have spoken. And your idea is to get people to agree with you to move over to that side. Okay? Who would like to begin?
So, I believe it is social because, like, before, people really supported war only because of they think the U.S. is doing good. But then it's like ever since the living room war came out, where they brought actually media to the living rooms of people in U.S., I guess people feel for them. Like, they could be like, what if this was me? Would I support this too? And then, like, so I guess that question really affected most people, and probably I think that's why it's social.
Okay, so I'm going to have a political person. So he makes a good point. Can you give us a reason why you think that the political reasons would have been more influential on people at the time, or why they might have thought it was more political than just this TV war?
I think it was political because the citizens of the United States just disagreed with the war because the presidents weren't doing what they wanted them to be doing at the time. In Document B, John Kerry states...
Can we all look at Document B with Greg?
In the 4th paragraph, he says that someone has to die so that President Nixon won't be, and these are his words, the first president to lose a war. They didn't want... the citizens didn't agree with how the presidents viewed the war, how they were so easy to jump into war when all of them didn't want to get drafted into the war. They just wanted to be American citizens. They didn't want to be a soldier for a president.
Okay. I've seen definite improvements in their understanding of facts, because there's something to be said about doing something hands-on. And, you know, science classrooms have labs, and, but in a history class, this is sort of our lab, right? We're pulling things out and we're using them hands-on, and I think that's, aside from going outside the classroom, that's as close as we can get in a history classroom. Can anybody, I know nobody wants to take the economic side, but could anybody find a piece of evidence on that statistics page of economic data that people would have probably felt strongly with, or even the speech by MLK that people might have responded to as this is an economic reason why they opposed the war? Are you guys going to econ?
Yep.
Okay, so Truman, make your point really loudly. They're already joining you side before you even talk. Okay. Okay. All right, so give us economic reasoning. And you're looking at document
A.
A. Can everybody look at document A with Truman?
It says that at the bottom it says skills and money like some demonic destructive suction tube. It's saying that the money is being wasted on the war. So, yeah.
Yeah. How many times do we hear that today?
A lot.
A lot, right? That they're wasting money on the war. And so, I think a lot of people feel that way. Were you going to add something, Damon? Look at document A.
And I knew that America would never invest necessary funds or energies in rehabilitation of its poor, so long as adventures like Vietnam continue to draw men and skills like money, like some demonic destructive suction code. Like, it's kind of saying, like, we'd rather, like, our government would rather spend money on, like, guns and bullets than actually solve problems back at home.
Great.
I'd like to add on what Damon would say with this one quote from Document B, where President Nixon said, in his words, the first president to lose a war, right? So with Nixon's pride, he's not afraid to spend every cent we have to win this war.
Students love philosophical chairs. They come in excited that there's going to be a discussion, a debate. They love to debate. You know, a lot of times when it comes to a full discussion, I'm simply recording their ideas, but it's them driving it. And I think that's really nice when you can kind of put your hands back and let the kids run it and do real historical work and real historical analysis, and hear them having really
fascinating conversations that you know that carry on from outside of the classroom.